Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode of Hustle at Work. And today we have with us Sonia, and she'll be sharing with us some of the expert views on a basic skill called communication. So it is better that without me telling anything, it's always better that she should introduce herself first so that you all can know her better. And Sonia, we would just like you to be, introduced to our audience, and you can share your views with us on what communication is post that. So first, we would definitely like to know, that what you do and how you have ended up into this kind of a profession.
Thank you so much, Sakshi. It's really a pleasure for me to come on board. I started as a normal teacher in a school at North India, and then once we started traveling, my husband used to get transfer almost every 2 to 3 years, and then we used to change places. Then I had to work from a rural area, so I decided to become a content writer. That is in 2007. Then I worked for several companies as a freelancer, work from home content writer. Later on, I found out that I had skills in writing, and I could train people. Basically, I've done my post graduation in English. So then I joined one of my friends' institute in my hometown, Calicut, as a trainer, spoken English trainer. Later, it matured into an IELTS training, and I also trained several students for medical scribing. That is where students become medical scribes, helping the US and UK clients. Then later on, I understood that I have other skills also, like motivational training, public speaking, etc. So I basically run a small platform called Say Yes to English, where we cater to the needs of us in common laymen, like conducting several sessions, like coordinating with other trainers, sessions like Excel, PowerPoint, video editing, then website development. It's going to come, in the next week. Then HR management skills also, and of course my English language training.
Wow, that's great, Sonia, to hear so many things from you. And yes, I feel like, languages and communication, they are always a skill that one should have. And like how you can define, like, because you are the expert, so we would definitely like to know from you that how you can define communication as a skill. Like, is it really a skill to be attained, or is it just a part of curriculum of our schools and universities and colleges?
No, not at all. Because all of us study English nowadays, especially in India also. But it really needs to be built up as a skill. Communication is indeed a life skill, and it needs to be developed nowadays, especially. Just without it, we cannot have a good relationship either. It's in business or in your family. For example, even right from the childhood, a child starts speaking, it starts communicating with its parents, and then when it goes to the school, when the child goes to school, he or she again learns to communicate properly, and then again in the college. And just think a scenario: if a person wants to go abroad and he is not able to communicate properly, then how will he, communicate and get his things clearly done at another place? It is quite strange to him. And again, if a boy wants to propose a girl and he doesn't know how to communicate in a decent manner, then it's going to be real chaos. So I think communication is really a skill which people need to build up. And learning it at school is not going to help you. You need to practice it in your daily life, and then I'm sure everyone will be able to pick it up. That's what I feel about communication as skill.
That's so nice of you. Even like I have been into human resources, and when like the moment from the same moment from which the person enters into that particular room for an interview, like whether it be verbal or non-verbal communication, although verbal plays a vital role, but even non-verbal communication speaks a lot. So what can be, like, we have seen people, where they have lost their core, you can say, core projects or core job, that dream job or that dream project that they wanted to have, or might be their dream customer, the biggest client that they wanted to have, but they haven't got that. And this is something like that happens with many of us. So, like, what I feel is that communication does play a role here also, whether you're talking to your customer, or you're talking to your client, or you're talking to anyone who's coming, as a visitor in your company, or within your workplace, how you're treating your colleagues. So that's also important. So there are many, many ways in which the channel of communication is really important. And many of the people, sometimes they feel, that they don't have that particular knack to pull people towards them. So what can be those key knacks or key hacks, you can say, which can help people to improve the communication at workplace?
There are several things one can do to develop or improve the communication skills at their workplace. I do feel that face-to-face communication really plays an important role in building relationships and also businesses. A good leader is always a good should always be a good communicator. Otherwise, how can he get his team to work, his or her team to work? As an HR professional, you yourself know it better than me. And they can, like, suppose a team leader, he must be able to communicate well with the team, like calling them for weekly meetings, and trying to if he's giving a task to a certain person, he or she needs to explain them why he gave this work to this person, so as to avoid miscommunication. And also, like, they can schedule weekly team meetings, and where they the leader can give each person a goal, or they can themselves can volunteer and come up with goals, and then see how they are performing these goals. And then there should always be positive and constructive feedback mechanism from the team leader to his team, as well as vice versa. So and this will really avoid any kind of miscommunications, and also prevent troubleshooting, like it will prevent any problems that is coming up in the company or any place. And always the leader should give a safe space for his colleagues and workers, so that they can feel, okay, suppose I tell you something, how will you feel? Will it cause a bad image about me in the company, or will it make me lose my job? So they should never have that feeling. A psychological secure feeling should be given from the team leader to his team or to his team members. So that is how I think things can work out. And rather than always on being on emails and phones, and the person should have a face-to-face meeting and try to understand each person in his team as a person. This will really help to build better relationship both at workplace as well as in personal lives.
That's right, and I think Zoom has done it for us too.
Yeah, yes.
So, yeah, I mean, face-to-face communication has become easy even when you have been to remote places and you can't travel to many cities, many centers, or many company branches at the same time, but still you can speak to people. So, that's something that technology has done for us.
Yes.
Even I remember the days when, languages used to be so hard to learn, when we were in school. So the way our parents were taught languages, and the way, like, we were taught languages, and the way they used it, the way we used it, and the way our future generation is going to use it is totally different. So from the time where languages were considered as barriers, because it was mostly told by people that if you're going to this particular city, or if you're going to this particular country, it's very much important that you know this particular language, otherwise it becomes very difficult to communicate. But today, if we see, these languages, or the mode of communication, has actually become opportunities rather than becoming barriers that was earlier. So how, what will be your thought on this?
See, now many people are even learning many languages like Italian, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, and all those Arabic also, and so many languages as a hobby. And also, there are several even opportunities are lying like they're endless. Like you can be a translator, you can go to any part of the universe in the world if you know a language. And I think things have really changed because even at workplaces, communications are just not simply voicemail or email and something like that. That is what I feel about it.
Yeah, definitely. So, communication has given us a new medium of understanding each other. I can say
Yes.
that even if we are from different companies, not only from different companies and cultures, but also from different countries and cities, but still, communication has been a common mode wherein sometimes we prefer general languages such as English, or we prefer general methods such as email writing, or forming of professional groups on Facebook or on any other mediums like workplace and stuff, where people are connecting with each other in written media also. So language, if you see, has become now has brought a transformation in the communication system, if we can say. Like earlier, the communication system was very much rigid, because people used to use that particular language or use that particular skill within their own communities or within their own company cultures. But right now, it's due to, maybe you can blame the technology or blame this COVID scenario that has come in, that has created a rapid change. But yes, we have seen a lot of transformation happening in the communication system within the workplace, especially when people have to work from home. So the whole communication channel now has changed. It was very easier to call people and tell them that this is wrong or this is not going right with the project. But right now we are choosing some other ways into communicating with people at workplace. So how this transformation can, actually be beneficial, or what should be done so that it becomes beneficial?
Yeah, as you told, future transformation has really happened. And in fact, we can even say, many people say, oh, this COVID is like that, like this. Yes, it has its own, both pros and cons. Like, in fact, we can say it has really become, a blessing in disguise for many, because we are all on the learning path. Earlier, it used to be, like a person has to be always at the office to do his work, and he or she was not able to get connected to people sitting across the globe. But now it is completely changed. Like, you can just sit it from your home, and then get connected to with anyone around the world. And one more thing is, what I feel that changes have come in the this communication is that, people can, suppose they are having an official meeting, they need not go to the old calls. They can just browse through and have those chats as documentation. So all these things have really transformed workplace things. And mainly there is about the communication, we can say that there are five things mainly: the sender, that's a person who sends a message; and the receiver, of course, the person who receives the message; the context, why that message is sent; and the content is what will be, whether it's an email, official email, or what a personal email or anything like that. So, and the delivery method, the fifth thing. So all these things should really match. Like, the sender should be able to present the message clearly in a personal manner, in a specific manner, and the receiver should also be able to receive the message, understand it, give a positive feedback, and also ask whatever doubts. The doubt clearing session should always be there, and the content should be crisp, and it should be to the point, and delivery method should also help in all these things. So if all these five things become come on a they run smoothly, communication becomes easy, and that is what I feel.
Yeah, even I do agree with you that yes, communication is, a closed loop between the sender, receiver, and how the receiver responds. So that's very important that, the sender is able to receive the response also of that particular communication, so that like they understand that whether the things that the person wanted to communicate, the sender wanted to communicate, is being communicated or not. And there should be a proper mechanism within the workplaces as well to set up a proper communication flow. And the more standardized it is, the more easier it becomes for the people to follow, the teams to follow. Like anyone who joins in new, they will know that okay, this is the system within this organization, and this is how, like I should work. So this makes quite things quite easy. So if any of the, even if any of the business owners, or if any of the team leads are, actually listening to this session, I think you should be aware of one key point as we near to the end of the session, that you should always have a system of communication flow within your workplace, because without that the communication is damn sure to fail. Because it's very important to understand that whatever you are trying to communicate has been received, first thing, and second thing, how the receiver has responded, or whatever response you were expecting as a sender, have you received the same response or not. So that helps you to justify that system. And proper communication channel within a team can actually be the strength of that team, and it can help people to work better. So it was really good, Sonia, to have you here today and discuss some of the key points towards communication at workplace. And we would definitely like to hear like what are the different things that you are doing right now with people, and how you are changing them, help the way like how you are helping them change the way they work.
I have always been a person who like to bring motivate people and change people's lives. So when I saw that most of the students nowadays, they just go to a college, have a degree, and then when the interviews come up, many of them don't have any valid skills. So while knowing from other people who are working in the companies and all, I felt that they should be trained in basic skills like Excel, which is of course really needed, much needed of the hour, and PPT like PowerPoint training sessions. Most of the students, this generation, some know, but all are not, many are not aware of this. So help them to create through workshops. Then video editing, because nowadays posters and all those things are really a need for any businessman, and also website development training courses, and like what is needed for an HR student. Like we are training normal fresher students from colleges, right out of the colleges, and then train them for a 3-month course for an HR intern, and then help them to get placed. Also, English communication classes like email writing, then resume building, and normal spoken English, grooming and etiquettes. All these are part of the courses which say yes to English is now doing to help out people out there. And the best thing is, all these are available at very at flexible timings, as well as at cheaper at a very small price that is affordable to one and all. So that's what my dream has always been about, helping people so that even the common man can get access to my courses, and it empowers them.
Wow, Sonia. So it's really great to listen to all, so many things that you have been doing and how you have been helping people around. That's really great, and I really wish you best of luck for all the future endeavors that you take up in future. And anyone who is watching the video just now, if you really like the content, do like, share, and comment on the video, and let us know as to what more you would like to know about communication at workplace. And me and Sonia will definitely get back to you through messages, through emails. So if we are available on all the channels, the links are already provided in the description box. You can just go through it. See you in the next session. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you so much for coming down here.
Thank you so much. It has really been my a pleasure for me. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.